I've created a spreadsheet in the past going over freestyle Geneijin information, and this also covers the decisions that come after a Zenpotenshin and what you can actually follow up with. So as an example, we have here, if you Zenpo your opponent early and then you get a medium kick upkicks, how many forward medium kicks can you do against specific characters? So against Shotos you can do 3, against Dudley you can do 3, but against, Twins and Oro you can only do 2. So this stuff varies a lot, and there's a lot of character-specific information that you will have to understand when learning stuff for Zenpo. There's no way around it. So if you're doing things like upkicks into a side swap shoulder, this is all the characters that it works on, and then all the different choices that you have after different things. And this will be linked in the description below. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is the medium punch shoulder. And I'm going to list all the characters that this works on where it will recorner them. So against Urien, if you don't immediately do up kicks and then delay slightly, he won't recorner. What'll end up happening is he'll go towards the middle of the screen. And if you have any sort of delay whatsoever in when you do your up kicks after the Zenpo, you have to micro step forward in order to get the recorner. So you can save it if that's what you want to do. And similarly, as long as you up kicks immediately, you can micro step forward to get the timing for the cross up, or cross under, I should say, to recorner as well. So when you get the situations where he goes towards the middle of the screen, you have to be able to follow up and know to either walk forward and do a forward medium kick, or follow up with like a dash punch like you just saw. So here are some examples against Remy. Right, you can do the medium punch shoulder if you are, about 4 or 5 seconds in. However, 7 seconds or later, that shoulder is going to whiff no matter what, even if you delay your up kicks. Some characters, although not many, require you to go towards the middle of the screen. And this means that doing Zenpo into medium kick up kicks into another decision is going to net you, the most optimal decision that you can make outside of advanced ways of recornering them. So recornering characters like Oro and Ibuki is very difficult. And against some characters like Elena, up kicks after a Zenpo isn't even possible. Against characters like Ibuki, if you try to do the same timing on the shoulder, it's not going to work because of how her body weight works. So you have to delay your shoulder, and it will go towards the middle of the screen. Pretty simple. So your decisions against the characters that require this, namely Ibuki and Oro, you have to make different decisions. Now, against Urien, as you can see here, is relatively inconsistent to recorner. So ways that you can make it more consistent is if you do an early Zenpo, you can do forward medium kick and hold forward medium kick, like hold forward and then hit medium kick and then do shoulder. And the reason for this is because if you hold forward medium kick, it positions him so that that immediate medium punch shoulder will allow you to recorner. However, if you try to do it as the ender after 5 seconds or so, it doesn't work. So you have to be cognizant of the timing and when things do and do not work. So the first way that you would continue towards mid-screen is with forward medium kicks. Now as you can see here, if you do too many against Oro or Ibuki, it's not going to hit. You only get 2 forward medium kicks that you can do. So that means that if you do an immediate Zenpo, you would get 2 forward medium kicks into a shoulder, into a dash punch, into, whatever. It's very freestyle based. However, you may only get 2 forward medium kicks into a shoulder, into a dash punch or something, depending on how much meter that's already been used. The next decision that you can make is by doing another upkicks. So you can go upkicks, forward medium kick times 2, and then you can continue to go towards the corner. The next decision that you can make is just light punch, dash punch. And depending on the situation, you may or may not get a good combo off of this. The next way that you can continue to go mid-screen is by doing a light punch shoulder. And there's all sorts of ways that you can continue to go towards the opposing corner depending on how much meter that you have left. Now, this medium kick upkicks going towards the mid-screen basically work against everyone in the cast. So as you can see, it works on Chun-Li. The only character that it does not work on is Elena. So the next thing to learn is that against Makoto, Chun, and Q, you can do a close standing medium kick and then dash under. Or you can do walk forward, forward fierce. Those are the 2 choices that you have to Recorner. Otherwise, you're just going to have to use the medium kick upkicks to go towards the middle of the screen. Makoto is the only exception to this, where medium kick upkicks into medium punch shoulder will work against her. So the main things that you can do are medium kick dash medium kick for something like this. You can also do medium kick dash palm, and those are the 2 main ways that you would follow this up. Realistically, if you want to do the walk forward, forward fierce, you can do something like this. But when doing stuff like this, you have to know the limitation. So this only works up until 7 seconds in. After that, you have to use a different combo. Where, as an example against Chun-Li, you would do light kick upkicks into medium punch shoulder, walk, crouching medium punch upkicks. Because, as you can see, that close standing medium kick doesn't allow you to dash. So you have to modify based on time. So like I said, against Makoto, the medium punch shoulder works after medium kick upkicks. Against her, you can also do the light kick upkicks into medium punch shoulder as well. It's really up to you what positioning you want, but obviously getting your opponent in the corner is usually the ideal situation. So in situations where you have very little meter left, and you're not able to get that close standing medium kick into a dash, the medium kick upkicks into medium punch shoulder is the best choice against Makoto. So against Chun-Li, it's, the light kick one, which also does work on Makoto as well. But yeah, against Q, you have to do the light kick upkicks, and against Makoto, you can use medium kick into medium punch shoulder. Against Elena, upkicks don't work at all. So you have to go immediately for shoulders, or you can go into, stand heavy punch into shoulder without getting too advanced into things. So your main combos are going to look something like this. Very simple. But there are going to be situations this, where something like this will be optimal. But for the most part, you're only going to be using this shoulder against Elena. However, this does work against everyone in the game. So mid-screen is varying depending on the distance that you're at. So right now I'm at the 55%-ish mark of the stage. So there's a bunch of stage behind me to where I would be cornered. And there's a bunch of stage this way to where I would be cornered. So there's two things that you can do. You can just go for the forward medium kicks into whatever to get them to the corner. Or you can go for that medium punch shoulder situation where you cross under and you go towards the opposing corner. Now this is heavily dependent on how much meter that you have left, the character that you're playing against and all that. So it's something that you'll have to get used to. There are situations here where you can do like walk forward, forward fierce into like shoulder, or into like dash punch or something. And it may work depending on where you are positionally on the screen. But for the most part, it's just going to be, using the medium kick, up kicks, X sort of situation to get towards the closest corner. Because if I dash forward here and I re-corner, this is going to re-corner Ryu. Or if I aim to do the corner re-corner, then it's going to push Ryu towards the corner. But if I'm in this position, unless I do a very specific combo, he's not going to be cornered. And still, his back isn't right to the corner, right? He's technically cornered because, one blocked move is going to put him in that position. But in the realistic sense, getting that re-corner means that you get that corner-based okizeme. So mid-screen is varying depending on the distance that you're at. So right now I'm at the 55%-ish mark of the stage. So there's a bunch of stage behind me to where I would be cornered. And there's a bunch of stage this way to where I would be cornered. So there's two things that you can do. You can just go for the forward medium kicks into whatever to get them to the corner. Or you can go for that medium punch shoulder situation where you cross under and you go towards the opposing corner. Now this is heavily dependent on how much meter that you have left, the character that you're playing against and all that. So it's something that you'll have to get used to. There are situations here where you can do like walk forward, forward fierce into like shoulder, or into like dash punch or something. And it may work depending on where you are positionally on the screen. But for the most part, it's just going to be, using the medium kick, up kicks, X sort of situation to get towards the closest corner. Because if I dash forward here and I re-corner, this is going to re-corner Ryu. Or if I aim to do the corner re-corner, then it's going to push Ryu towards the corner. But if I'm in this position, unless I do a very specific combo, he's not going to be cornered. And still, his back isn't right to the corner, right? He's technically cornered because, one blocked move is going to put him in that position. But in the realistic sense, getting that re-corner means that you get that corner-based okizeme. Alternatively, there is another spreadsheet that I have called Advanced Zenpo Corner Combos. If you are more comfortable learning combos through a text version, all of the stuff for corner combos is listed as far as, what realistic starter combos should be and all that stuff. Optimized combos based on difficulty, how much meter percent it gives you, actual meter and damage. Not everything is going to be useful for a beginner, so I do suggest going through and learning the basics on how to get your opponent to that corner from mid-screen, or how to use that re-corner to even just get a basic ender. However, the next step is using this, and that will be covered in the next video.